A note on they shoot horses, don't they? This was a film which I saw again last night. The first time I saw it 20 years ago when it had a heavy impact. I didn't know the context and aspects, well, the main theme seemed strange. Why would people take part in a dancing marathon when from one point on it's real torture? It's a lot of pain, it's depressing, outrageous, overwhelming, you name it. Why would they do that? Well, in the meantime, I know why. And in fact, a more attentive looker would get clues from the film itself. But there is indeed no background to this and no panoramic view at the crisis, at the Great Depression and so on. But indeed, the film takes place in an era when people were hungry. As a paradox, I've read recently that those who had to live through this period of shortage of food lived longer. So it's also it works as a research, as a well-documented study on millions and millions of people, which shows that basically if we eat less, we live longer. Again, those who had to face the depression went on to live much longer on account of this very shortage. The fact that they had to eat, to be satisfied with much less, they reduced their calorie intake by 30% or so, and they went on to live to 100. Well, not all, of course. Some were involved in accidents and so on. To return, so we have Jane Fonda, who is the star, the major star of this film, and she plays a wonderful, she has a wonderful act there. And Sidney Pollack is the director. And what happens throughout this grim outlook at the Great Depression is people take part in a dancing marathon with all sorts of contests within it. They have to race through and push others along the way, because it's in fact also a fight for life. Indeed, many were poor. All those involved, with a few exceptions, were destitute. Some were there to get attention to them and then find another path, another job. And the winner takes it all. That would have been the message. At the end, the prize is something like $700, which would be the equivalent of a good few thousand, tens of thousands, in fact, probably more like 50,000. Only the surprise is somewhere near the beginning. Jane Fonda is told, her character is told that, listen, you better take 200-300 now, have a mock wedding, because I don't know the winner, but I know a loser when I see one. In other words, this organizer was telling Jane Fonda that there's no way she can win. And yeah, but what about if I win still? $700. Well, you have to also consider this. Expenses. My expenses will come out of the $700. What do you mean? Well, I have bills, phone calls, nurses attending you, food, and you want us to pay? Well, not if you don't win, but if you win, expenses have to come out of somewhere. So in other words, she better also takes the money, because with all the expenses out, the winner may be left with just $200-300. And most of it, it's a sad, sad story. In fact, canvas were a few stories I painted. There's this woman who comes dressed as a well, if not a princess, at least an aristocrat, and she is well educated, she had a better life, but now with the Great Depression, so many lost all they had. So she is in trouble now. Also her partner who wants to be a, he's an actor, wants to play a part somewhere else. And at one point her clothes and makeup are stolen. So she's left with just this one dress, and she is so affected she goes crazy, literally, from one point on. And we find a shocking aspect. The organizer himself stole her dress and the makeup. But why? Well, you know, this is a show. So we have these taking part in the marathon, but we have people in the audience paying. And they want to be entertained. They don't want, they want to feel sorry for those there who are in such a big hole. And then so they will feel better when they just look at people who are worse off. And this woman, with her dresses, she looked like she's going out to the Buckingham Palace. And it didn't work, so she had to lose it. She had to be somebody they could feel sorry for, not to envy or something like that. I don't have, obviously, the exact dialogue, but I hope it's the main message.